This thing on? Hello? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the long-awaited episode 88
Yes.
of the Otaku Brothers podcast. Boy, I feel like it's been a minute.
It has. It really has
Been
been.
like what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks since we sat
Has
down
it,
and did this?
has it been that long? Wow. It might actually have been that long. 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is wild.
Well, we have a good excuse.
We do. I think
Um,
so. I think so.
I think it's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah, I do, at least.
We're out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Joseph made a few videos about it, but this is the first time we've sat down and we'll talk about it. But yeah, we went to Japan.
We did. We did do that.
It was kind of surreal just thinking about it, but
Mm-hmm.
dang, we were there.
Yeah. For a long
You know,
time.
one thing I noticed, little tangent, but I forgot what season of Mob Psycho it is. I think it's season 2, where they're fighting in that tower.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the. Whenever we were shopping for the knives, that was that tower that we saw.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
forgot the name of
sick.
the tower.
Huh.
I'll look it up later. But yeah, that was
Oh,
something I
that's so
noticed.
cool. Big
Yeah.
Mob Psycho guys, so
Yeah.
that's so sick.
But,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, fun times. We'll talk about everything we did in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But,
definitely, absolutely. But
A lot going on. We have to catch up with shows we've missed. I know.
yeah, we've been
I've
gone
been
for
catching
quite a
up.
while.
We need to sit down and talk about those too. Also, Loser Ranger that we haven't been
Yes,
watching.
I know.
Feel
Gosh,
bad.
it's been so long. Yeah, it's been long, but we have a good excuse. But guys, first of all, we want to just say thank you all so much for all the love and support. Recently, you guys have been killing it. I don't even know if you know, we hit the 150 mark. We're at 154. We're at 154
Nice.
subs, which is crazy. That is quite a lot. So that's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. We've been
It
doing
is awesome.
a lot. These past couple weeks have kind of been filler videos, just because. I mean, Ben and I have been busy with our own lives as well, things like that. So, which is completely understandable. That's why, like, at some aspects and points, I'm kind of like, I miss school, like, because it gives me structure. I like structure. I like having a day-to-day.
Yes.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
doing this week, and then I know that this is free time. So it gives us free time to record. But lately, with summer, I feel like things are just always very sporadic and kind of spur of the moment. So we are trying to, get these done ASAP and whenever we can. So it's tough. It is
Yeah.
tough, but we've been working hard and we're trying to get things out because we love doing this. It's fun, and it's just a good chance to catch up and talk, especially with us being so far away, so distant. so yeah, but thank you guys so much for the love and support. But yeah, Ben, there's been a lot to talk about in the news of anime. A lot has been going on, which is very exciting. I mean, there's a lot of shows coming out like Tower of God season 2, but then we also got shows coming to their climax of their seasons like Kaiju, My Hero, Demon Slayer, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of Demon Slayer stuff I know you want to talk about too, My Hero stuff as well. But I mean, just yeah, we can go ahead and start. What do you want to start with? I guess before what's been going on recently. A lot of fun stuff to catch up with before we get into the meat and potatoes of talking about the incredible time that was Japan. Because wow, that was so much fun. I'm so excited to talk about it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. You mean like anime wise what's been
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
or what?
Yeah.
I guess the
Everything.
big thing that everyone's been talking about is the Demon Slayer arc, or the final parts of it being adapted into movies,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is I'm not a fan of it. I don't
Yeah.
like.
Uh,
Remember how hype it was when the Tengen fight came out?
yes.
Like,
Yes.
that was awesome.
That was incredible. It was amazing. Yeah, I agree.
Like the hype of having a weekly episode to look forward to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you still have to wait to see it, but you don't have to wait long. Like it's gonna happen in 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's just like it's not the same. And I don't like. I feel like this is one of the effects of anime becoming super mainstream is that they get all this funding and the ability to have movies
Hmm.
with theatrical releases, and it's just like it's not the same. Like, of course, it's gonna have probably the best animation we've ever seen,
Yeah.
but it's not the same as sitting down in your room on a Sunday morning or afternoon with lunch and watching.
Peak.
It's not the same. I don't like it. I'm
It's
not a
not
fan
the
of it.
same. You're right, and it's come full circle in a way because Demon Slayer I think is the anime that really started this trend of movies becoming
It
so.
is.
It is
It
when the
is.
Mugen Train movie came out. I remember everybody was like, "Whoa, we're gonna be able to see like an anime movie in theaters." Like the only
Yeah.
anime that had really done that before were like the big three and Dragon Ball, right? I mean, that was
Yeah.
kind of it, and I guess Studio Ghibli, but that's more I guess mainstream as well. So it's like in terms of anime, the niche anime, the stuff that is on Crunchyroll that you could see in theaters, it was pretty much just limited to the big three and Dragon Ball, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And the fact that Demon Slayer kind of blew that out of the water is insane. And I mean, it is just sad. I agree. I remember watching it with you, the Tenzin fight or Tengen fight, and just being like this is insane. Like that whole stint of I mean that whole stint was incredible. We always talk about I think that was almost honestly one of the peak times of watching anime that October
It
month,
was.
dude, with
Yeah.
Mob Psycho, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, all of that going on. It's like we had every single week we could just, come together and be like, dude, this is incredible. And then we have all week to talk about it, which is
Yeah.
great. So yeah, I do agree, and it is kind of sad because I mean, look at what happened with Attack on Titan, right? I mean, as somebody who's such a big fan of Attack on Titan, I there would be times where I genuinely forgot that Attack on Titan was a thing because it was so long. It took so
I know.
long.
Yeah.
It took so long for us to get to the main movies, and then it just kind of the hype dies down, right? I mean, we see it with JoJo's, what happened with Stone Ocean. Whenever you kind of put something on pause in the middle, it just kind of ruins it, and I don't get why they do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I do know why, but I don't know. I feel like they, in the long run,
Monies.
I think it is more profit
Monies.
wise to do it weekly. But yeah, who knows? Ben, Demon Slayer has been really good though so far. I've been enjoying it. To be fair, this little Hashira arc, it does feel like a filler arc, but it's fun. It's something nice. It's very fun to settle down and just kind of get to relax a bit. I say that, but the episodes still have been kind of there's a lot going on still, but
Yeah.
it is just kind of nice to relax and not have to worry about someone dying every single episode. So it's been good.
I will. I will say to say that this is the calm before the storm is kind of an understatement.
Oh gosh,
It really changes gears
I know. I'm so
in the
scared.
next within the next 2 weeks. There's going to be a whole different mood, I think.
Oh,
Um,
that's depressing.
because I think everyone who's read the manga knows where the season is going to end.
Hmm.
Like, there's one specific point where it's just gonna. I know that's what we all know that's where it's gonna end,
Yeah.
and it's just
Well, so
yeah,
now that you say that, could I make a little prediction maybe of what I think it
yeah,
is?
go for
Because
it.
there has been a little red herring, if you will, about something that seems to be like that people aren't really. I don't know if I mean, to be fair, I'm not looking in the Demon Slayer community, so I'm not. I don't know, but just something that I've noticed that hasn't really been addressed yet is that there's been a demon like sort of watching all of them. So I don't know if
Hmm.
that has to. I mean, they're showing it for a reason, and that has to be in
Yeah.
the story for a reason. It's just a bunch of eyes crawling around, so I don't know if that's just to say that okay, the demons know exactly what they're doing and are just waiting for the perfect moment to strike, which could be that. It could be like some Red Wedding type beat from Game of Thrones, and we just see everybody
Hmm.
get absolutely destroyed all at once for one shot. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about, and I am kind of waiting for that moment of for the metaphorical cow to hit the fan. Um, and
I will say there was something from last episode that kind of I don't want to say gave away, but you could kind of infer
uh,
what was about to happen.
hmm.
Um, but I
Okay,
don't want to say
well,
too much.
I just watched that
It's
last episode because I haven't watched the
yeah.
latest one. So I just is it
It
the one
might
with
have
Genya and
been
his brother? Then they're beefing, and then
no.
Tanjiro kind
It
of
was something that Muzan said, but I won't.
oh I don't yeah
You know.
interesting. Okay, so yeah I don't know, but regardless, it's exciting. Demon Slayer, yeah, I really wish they didn't do this movie thing. Especially, I don't know, maybe it'll be okay when we hear the time frame of when the movies are dropping, but still, I don't think they'd be.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. If it's
We
gonna
don't
be
have a
three
time frame.
years, no.
Yeah, if it's 3 years, if it's a year a movie, that's gonna be ridiculous. That's insane. I think was Attack on Titan a year for the movies? It was like
Yeah,
7.
they drug that out.
Oh my gosh, they did. Was it 3 movies or was it two? It
I
was
don't even
two, right?
know.
I think it was 2 movies.
I think so.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, that was not fun, man. That wasn't fun. But in
I
other
think it'll be.
news, oh sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if they do this. I know, oh, dude, this is so stupid. Because
Mhm.
now if they're whole ass movies, see, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more upset I get because now I feel like there's not enough content. Unless they're finishing out Demon Slayer in the last movie, that's
Mhm.
fine. But if they're doing this whole next arc and splitting into three at least hour and a half long movies, there's gonna be a oh, they'd probably just extend the fights in it, but like there's no way there's enough content for
So,
three
oh,
different
are the
movies.
is these 3 movies? Is this like just the Infinity Castle arc, or is this it? Like, is this Demon Slayer?
I
This
don't know.
after these three
They're
movies?
making it seem like it's just the Infinity Castle arc.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be this is it. Like, kind of like this is Demon Slayer. These 3 movies. So I don't know.
Mm,
Um, regardless, yeah, I think there's a lot in the air, and maybe who knows? Maybe when we get more details, like I said, if it is within a reasonable time frame, um, then maybe, and if it's finishing off Demon Slayer, then who knows? I don't know. I haven't read the manga, so I can't honestly give too much of an opinion. But just from what I've known from things like Attack on Titan, I do wish that these movies were sort of or just made into the shows. I really like what like Blue Lock and Haikyuu are doing. Maybe like what the first Slam Dunk did. I guess these are all sports animes, but or like what My Hero does, right? It has those kind of like other separate movies that are kind
yeah,
of just little side stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, if you want more little fun stuff that kind of just adds on to the experience of anime, then you can go on and watch that stuff without having it
yeah,
kind of interrupt your viewing of the animes in their weekly episodes. So I think that's a really cool concept that My Hero has probably mastered most out of any of the current anime right now.
yeah.
So I'll give My Hero its flowers there. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what else to say about Demon Slayer, man. It is what it is.
It's just
This is we should have a conversation one day about if anime is too mainstream and if that's a problem.
it's just
Let's gatekeep it, and I'm down.
I just remember when this it became big because I was where was it? I don't know, I'd seen on Instagram this one guy that I followed, he made edits of this of Demon Slayer. And it was like the first episode. I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Mhm.
And then I started watching it when there was like 3 episodes out, and then it just took off.
Yeah.
Just blew up.
Do you think when do you think anime got mainstream? This is kind of a deep question, I guess, but do you think you were into anime before it was mainstream?
Yeah,
I think I was
yeah.
too. I think I was in middle school
But
when I
like
first started
I
watching
think I think it started becoming more mainstream like
My Hero.
what year was that?
I don't know.
2018 maybe?
Probably, yeah. Maybe even
On that
because
time.
the first show I ever watched was Sword Art Online, and I'd argue that was I guess nowadays people would not even know what Sword Art Online is if you ask like a mainstream anime fan.
Hmm.
So I don't know, but I feel like that was kind of a lot of people's first instances of it, especially
Yeah.
like when I talk to a lot of people, they say that was one of their first. So
Hmm.
who knows? I think that was still considered underground at the time, especially because of how much just random stuff there was at the time. But yeah, because I
Yeah,
remember
it had a
it's crazy to think that there was a point when I think Attack on Titan wasn't mainstream.
well,
I
actually
think season 1 was considered, it was starting to get there, but it still wasn't mainstream.
I feel like at that point, if you watched anime, you knew it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't mainstream in the sense that everyone knew what it was, but
Mm-hmm.
like if you watched
Oh well, yeah, yeah,
anime, you knew what it was.
yes, yeah, I agree, but I still consider that a separate thing. But yeah, no, I see what your point is. So yeah, that's just I
Mm.
don't know. It's just interesting to think about what those iconic shows were that really changed how people perceive anime. So
I feel
yeah,
like mainstream wasn't even a thing
yeah.
back then. It's
Hmm.
kind of anime in general.
No, yeah, definitely. I see your point. Yeah, I agree. But no, it's crazy because I was just thinking about that because I'm reading. I was rereading Chainsaw Man Volume 15,
Hmm.
which is a dope cover by the way. This is probably one of my favorite ones they've made. But I'm just like, oh my god, like this is really gory. Like I think it's probably one
Yeah.
of the goriest volumes they have, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
this is. I wouldn't have anyone like under like 18 read this, dude. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Um, Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that's interesting. But nonetheless, I guess we should tackle a few more things before we get into Japan because we're already far into this. So who knows? Um, but yeah, regardless, I guess we could talk about Tower of God, Ben. I know that's just something else. I don't know how you feel about Tower of God, Ben. I
I don't.
personally really enjoyed it whenever it came out, and season 2 is right around the corner, baby, July 7th. So
I
I'm
just like
excited.
can't remember the show.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's been
it
that
was a
long, I
while. It
guess.
has been that long. It really has been. I hope that season 2 of Solo Leveling isn't this long. I'm only comparing them two because they're both manhwas, so
Okay.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, no, it seems like a lot of the Tower of God community is very excited about this because it's getting into the real meat and potatoes of the story. I was talking to Ben a little bit about this before we started, but apparently a lot of what we saw in season 1 is just the prologue. I heard that Tower of God is a very very long manga, and um, yeah, it's taken a while to start up, but a lot of people are upset because season 1 was just the surface, the very very tip of the iceberg, and in what is a very very big iceberg below the surface. So I'm interested to see where the story went. It was a very cool story. It was fun, cool concept. The characters were cool besides Rachel, so it should be fun and interesting to see where it goes. I mean,
I
the
just
they showed the opening, but I wasn't really a big fan of the opening to be honest. But who knows? Maybe that was just my first listen. So maybe
where is Call of the Night season 2?
that's what I'm talking about. I think they confirmed it a while ago though that it was in production at least or something like that. They confirmed
It's
something about season 2, I believe. So
been like what, 2 years
it has
almost?
probably been like
It probably has
yeah,
been 2 years.
I think it has been 2 years. Yeah.
Stupid.
So I know My Dress
I'm
Up
sorry.
Darling. No Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, where's dress up? What?
Yeah, that hasn't even been confirmed for a season 2, I don't think. But see, what always
That's
pisses me off is that Crunchyroll always posts about it. They always post about it on Instagram or like Twitter.
yeah,
They're
they
all, and
do.
I'm just like, dude, can you? So you obviously care that you obviously know people care about the show. So can we like get a timetable on season 2, please? So, um,
I think they're honestly just waiting. Wait, did season 2 get like greenlit?
no, we haven't
Okay,
gotten.
yeah, that's. I think they're just waiting for more content because I remember a couple months ago something blew up about chapter 100,
Oh, what?
and I don't even know if that's. I don't know where the anime left off, but I think we got pretty far in.
Well, so I went
Yeah,
to.
like what,
Yeah, we were on volume 5.
5?
I think they just got to
Yeah,
volume 11. So you might be right.
yeah,
So or at least in English, the English versions, they just got to volume 11.
yeah.
So, who knows? Maybe you're right. But if that's the
Hopefully.
case, I think that yeah, they'll be on that ASAP
I think the
then.
show did pretty good enough for the
Oh
season
yeah,
2.
I feel like that's definitely become a top romance anime for a lot of people. More than I'd argue 100 Girlfriends Who Really Really Love You, and that already has us is getting a season 2 announcement.
That's so stupid.
Um,
It has to be content, man.
it has to be. So we'll wait patiently. If it is content, then we will wait patiently. I'm very excited for that. So, um, so yeah. Yeah. What else we got going on? My Hero. I guess we could talk about. That's been good. Um,
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I
I was
actually I have
honestly,
been as well. I have been has been a while.
um, I was honestly thinking of rewatching it.
My Hero.
Yeah, just because I am a tad bit confused on the whole story.
What do you
Not
mean?
gonna lie. Like I know it happens.
I
I
thought
know
you've
what's
been in the
been.
I thought you've been in the loop about My Hero forever.
I have, but
Oh,
it's just
okay.
kind of like honestly the only thing really tripping me up is All for One and Shigaraki.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really remember
Um,
when that fusion exactly happened.
yeah. I know there was something that happened in like the end of season 4, and I just don't remember it.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. There are some bits and pieces that are still a little foreign to me. Like I totally forgot like how everything went down with the one, all for one and one for all fight in season two. I think it
Yeah,
was. Was it season two or three?
yeah. Might have been
Um,
season 1 actually.
maybe. And then I forgot what happened to Lemillion. I don't even. I thought he got his powers back. Um,
He did.
so I'm confused why we haven't seen him. Is he still? Is he just like? So
Not
yeah,
too much.
yeah. I don't remember what happened with him. So I was just kind of confuzzled about that. Like things like that, like where all the characters are at, and things like that.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Me and Ben had our rants about My Hero and my opinions on that a while back. So it's been okay. It's been fun at least. I will say I did catch up with it. I chose to catch up with it before Demon Slayer because I heard that there was like a fight coming up or something like that. So I was like, oh, all right, let's just catch up with this real fast. Um, I wish would have seen Deku fight Toga. Is that her name?
yeah.
So I wish we could have got a fight between them two instead of him dipping, but I understand why he had to. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it's been a cool setup, this war arc that's going on. So I'm very excited to see where it goes, especially because we know that the end is near. With My Hero, just its manga getting to its epilogue finally, which is
Yep.
crazy, crazy exciting. So
That is,
I don't
it's
know.
another new gen ending. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Demon Slayer ended right, so Demon Slayer's over. My Hero's over
Demon
basically.
Slayer's over.
Is JJK nearing an end? Do you think or no?
Yes,
Yeah. So yeah,
hopefully.
a
But
lot
honestly,
of stuff.
the point that it's at right now, the author could just drag it on for however long he wanted to, and no one would complain. I think.
Really? Okay. I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen so many like not spoilers but just panels and I'm just like I have no idea what's going on now. It looks like a whole new
Yeah, it's
anime
kind of
or
just
manga.
every week it's something new, and it's no one really complains about it.
Yeah. So that's good. Well, that's good, I guess. Um but yeah, I mean that's kind of all the big animes, manga stuff going on right now. So I think unless Ben has anything to talk about, which I think he's in the middle of something.
No, sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I think that we could just get into talking about the whole meat and potatoes, our Japan trip.
Yeah.
This is kind of a big deal. I did vlog a lot of it, and I will definitely be making a video on that. Although it was my first time ever using that camera, and I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie, on some of the clips there is no audio.
Oh,
So I don't know how I'm gonna edit it. I think what I'm gonna do is have myself talking and then just kind of clips over it and some like maybe some montage moments of it. But that's a future problem. That'll come out
mhm.
probably sometime beginning of August, maybe the middle of August, dude. If I'm being honest, it's gonna be a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage to go through, and I just want to make sure it's its best. And I got a lot of stuff coming up at the end of summer that I need to focus on first, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm very excited. It'll be cool maybe when it comes out later then, just so we could reminisce about it as well. So
Mhm.
I'm not too worried about it. It'll happen when it happens. But I mean, I guess we should just we can talk about our whole trip from start to finish, Ben. We could
Yeah.
just go take each day day by day. Um yeah, I guess we can just start off with the first day. We ended up driving up to Houston. We went to Houston and we flew out of Houston. We had a direct flight to Japan, to Tokyo,
Mhm.
Haneda, and um, it was ridiculous. I mean, the night we got a hotel the night before. It was me, Ben, and two of our other buddies in Houston. I know he's busy right now. I'm trying to monologue while he's busy. Um, so yeah, we got to Houston. It was a good time. And, and then what else do we? Yeah, so we got to Houston. We planned our trip. We were ready to go. We got well rested. Had some breakfast in the morning, and then we immediately took off. We took off to Tokyo. It was awesome. We flew with ANA on Nippon Airways. They were incredible. Our first experience with Japan, and it was incredible because they are a Japanese airline, and so we had amazing Japanese food on the plane. It was so awesome. I'm probably gonna have it in the podcast. Ben took a picture comparing the food that was given to us on the plane, the first flight, and then on the way back, and it was polar opposite, dude.
It was so bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. But the food on the way there on the Japanese airline was incredible. It was really good. I
Yeah.
believe we had, what did we have? I think I had some chicken, oh no, some mashed potatoes with mushrooms, as well as some raw fish with some like pasta salad with some tuna. It was really good. They fed us well. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Yeah.
so that was the first meal, and then the second meal I had was a vegan lasagna thing. I don't know, but it was really good. Um, so all the food was incredible. So that was a great first experience. We had Japanese flight attendants, so that was cool. Getting to meet some Japanese individuals before we had even landed in Tokyo in Japan. So that was very fun. But I'm not gonna lie, Ben. I mean, maybe you can give your opinion on the flight. I know you sat with two random individuals. I ended up sitting next to two very sweet Korean grandmothers. They were very kind, didn't really talk to me, but they smiled a lot, so that was good.
Uh-huh.
But halfway through the flight, they were kind of falling asleep and just wanted more space, so I ended up moving back a aisle to sit with our
Yeah.
two buddies, because they had an empty seat in between them for the whole flight,
That's
which is
crazy.
ridiculous for a 14-hour flight, dude. It was 14 hours. It was rough, man. It was rough. I am not gonna lie, Ben. I can think I can
It
solemnly say
was
I'm never gonna do a 14-hour flight again in my life. I think
well,
I think I would have to do a layover. I have to. That was 14 hours was rough, man.
I mean, it's gonna be that long no matter
Well,
like where you go
yeah, but no,
from.
I think I just like having that layover because it gives me that opportunity to just kind of stretch, stand up for a bit for like maybe 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and then
Mhm.
just kind of get resettled in. Like our way back, the flight was 9 hours and then 5 hours, which felt a lot more doable, honestly, than the 14-hour one. Because man, that was tough. I don't know.
He's gotta. I've seen people on TikTok who will they will like they'll record themselves flying, but they will do nothing. They will watch the flight map of their flight for the entire duration.
I think I'd go insane, bro. I think I would. I think that's a definition of torture. It has to be. That's
I I don't think the flight was bad at all.
it really wasn't. It was just long. It was just long, right? 14 hours is long. I'm used to driving long distances, but 14 hours is that was a long time. That was a long time to be
I
in the air.
My
Um,
perception of time is like messed up after this last year of school.
yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
so it didn't really feel like I don't even know how to
Mhm.
describe it. It felt like nothing had happened.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, I don't. We can talk about our perception of time whenever we got back. Um, but yeah, so we ended up we fly to Japan. Everything went very smoothly. I've been telling everybody who's asked me about the Japan trip that I mean, I genuinely feel so happy and so glad that everything went so smoothly. I mean, in terms of technicalities, I
Yeah,
mean, we did not have a problem with passports, like immigration documents.
I
Our
know.
luggage
Yeah,
went
so
smoothly. Everything went perfectly. Our Airbnbs were awesome. They were, they were they allowed us. Nothing got mixed up or anything like that.
yeah.
We didn't get robbed or just like scammed or anything like that. So I'm just saying, like things like that. I mean, I was just so surprised nothing like that happened. We didn't get in trouble with the law. Not that we were doing anything illegal, but just like, I don't know how if they perceive foreigners differently or anything like that. And yeah, it was just things like that. I cannot believe everything went so swimmingly. It was truly, truly awesome. But as soon as we landed, we ended up going. We landed, we took it all in. We soaked in that Japanese air for the first time, and
Mhm.
we ended up having our first introduction to the Japanese train system.
Oh
the
God.
So we land, we're stressed. We land at like 3:45 p.m. Japanese time or Japan
Hmm.
time, and to us it's like actually like 1:30 a.m. was the difference. And oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I honestly, Ben, when we landed, did you feel tired? Were you like,
No.
yeah, I
I
really
had
wasn't either.
I don't know, I slept a little bit on the flight, but not too much,
Yeah,
so
same.
I would feel normal when we got
Hmm.
there.
Yeah. So pretty much we land, we try our best to figure out the train system, and shocker, we end up getting lost.
Hmm.
We got lost, but not too lost actually. And to be fair,
We didn't
it was kind of the Google Maps fault. It was being so weird. Our
What
train
even
ended up going
happened?
backwards. Remember? That's
Oh
what happened.
yeah.
We're getting on a train, and then it's going forward, and then it says, "Sorry, get off," then it's going forward, and then all of a sudden it just goes backwards, and we go down a different route.
Yeah.
So that kind of confused us. We got a little lost for a second, but we did it. We ended up finding our way to our Airbnb. We stayed in Shinjuku. It was awesome. Oh my god, I'm reminiscing now, dude. Oh,
I
that's
missed that
crazy.
7-Eleven right
I
there.
know. Yep, we had a 7-Eleven right by our Airbnb. It was a beautiful, nice little I don't know what would you call that? Was that like a little apartment style place or like a hotel? I don't even know that
Where we
building.
stayed?
Yeah, what would you even
It was
call
more of an
that?
apartment, I think.
I guess, yeah, an
I
apartment
think it's just fitted to be to
like guest
like
housing.
sleep a lot of people.
Yeah. It seemed like a little apartment Airbnb style thing that we stayed in. It was very, very nice. Very a little very small, but I mean we knew that going into it. And so we stayed there. We dropped off all of our stuff, and the first thing we did was we went to Shinjuku. That was our
Yeah.
first night in Japan. We went to Shinjuku. We had an awesome time. We got to it's I guess would you consider I think Shinjuku is kind of the most like red light district area we went to. Um,
Yeah.
and so there was a lot of interesting characters asking us to go into bars and places we should not be allowed to go, and we will not talk more about. But we did not go into those places. We stayed strong and we avoided them. We had a great time. We didn't really do much that night because it was our first night in Japan. We were by this point we had I think then we walked like almost a mile to get to this area of Shinjuku.
We worked
It was a far walk.
hard.
It was a far walk. Like a 20-minute, 25-minute walk, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know why we probably just could have taken
I
trains.
know. I guess we had just kind of been a little scared of the train system, probably
I
since we had
guess
that
so, but
little.
that was rough.
Yeah, yeah, it was rough. So we immediately get on we start walking over. We explore the city. It was awesome. We got to see the iconic Godzilla statue.
Hmm.
Of the hotel. It was so cool getting to see him. We got to see a movie theater, just a whole bunch of random bars, restaurants, things like that. It truly was alive at night. It was awesome. I mean, it was
Yeah.
so cool just having that be the first experience of in another country. And I don't know if that's when did it really set in for you, Ben? I think it wasn't until we got to Shibuya that it really kind of like hit me
Yeah.
that we are in like Japan. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I don't
think it
know.
was where was it? I think it was when we went to that shopping mall. Went to the
Yeah.
mall in Shibuya, the Shibuya Center,
Hmm.
and then I was buying something at the Nintendo store, and then for some reason it just clicked with me that we were not in America anymore. I
That's when
don't know
it clicked.
why.
Yeah, because I think for me, whenever we were in Shinjuku, I think that was the place where we honestly saw the most other foreigners. I feel like in Shinjuku, I saw a lot of people who were definitely not Asian. They looked more European or things like that.
Yeah.
And so I think at that point I was kind of like, okay, maybe we're still like in the U.S., like a New York style area. It seemed like, and we're seeing a lot of just maybe a place where a lot of tourists would go, but instead we're the tourists. So it didn't really click with me until I think yeah when we were in Shibuya and we were just kind of walking and we got to the crossing and we just come out of the subway and we see it all, we take it all in. um,
Yeah.
it was so awesome. It was wow, I cannot believe we were actually there. It's on the opposite side of the world. So
Yeah.
it was very cool.
That's
But
so
yeah, so Shinjuku, the first night we kind of just explored the nightlife, the city. It was a good time. We went to a giant claw machine building that had a bunch of different claw
oh yeah.
machine figures. We tried to win a lot. I don't think anybody won a single claw machine thing at all, actually.
There's a trick to it.
Yeah,
I
there is a trick to it, but I don't think
was.
any of us won anything, sadly. So unfortunately, we went away empty-handed. We got to try some gotcha machines, which was fun. I have some of the figures here on my desk still, including Mari and Ben. Do you remember when I bought that?
Yeah.
So we have, so yeah, we got a lot of figures, things like that. It was a good first night. We ended up going back to our Airbnb and we clocked out. We get back to our Airbnb and oh my god, we hit our beds and we were so
So
tired. I don't think I've ever been that like
I've never
ready to
fallen
sleep.
asleep that fast.
Yeah, we were literally our bodies were just not ready to, or they were at 0%. They needed to recharge badly, and so they recharged. We went to bed. That was our first night in Japan. It was great, and then we get to our first full day. We wake up. Me and my other buddy Curtis woke up first because I guess we were just not really adjusted to the time. Uh,
Oh, the sun rises at like
oh, that's
4:30
right.
over
Yes,
there.
because the sun rises at 4:30 a.m. I guess I didn't even put that together, but I guess that's why it's called the country of the rising sun, which makes sense now. So yeah, the sun rises at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. So me and my buddy, where I guess we just weren't adjusted to the time. So we ended up getting out of bed at like 5:30 in the morning. After we only slept for like 4 hours, probably like 4 or 5 hours. And so we get up and we just want to go walking. We go explore our streets. We go to a 7-Eleven. We get to try some of the awesome foods at the 7-Eleven, the Family Marts, the Lawsons, things like that. So yeah, it was a good time. We link up with all the other boyos later in the day, around probably like I don't know, sometime in the morning. And then I think what was the first thing we did? Was that when we went to the market, the what do you call it?
Went to Tsukiji Market,
Tsukiji
which
Market,
is
where apparently that's where Ben
used to be
had.
one of the bigger fish markets, but um that's where they used to hold the fish auctions
Mhm.
for all the tuna and whatnot that would come in.
Huh.
But they transferred that to a different market. But this one it had a bunch of like street food and street vendors.
Mhm.
So we just walked around trying different foods and
Yeah,
going into shops, stuff like that.
we did. We had some great food. Ben had some sushi. He had some skewered meats that he claims was the greatest food that he had
That's
there
the
in
best
Japan.
thing ever.
So
Nothing on the trip topped that.
yeah, I think we also tried mochi there. We tried that as well.
Yeah.
So things like that. It was a good experience. That was fun. That also did feel very foreign to us as well. So that was very cool. I wish we had stuff like that in America. I mean, we do, but um, I'm sure we do actually, but not to
It's
that
more like a
scale.
farmer's market, I
Yeah,
guess.
more like a farmer's market or like a flea market, if
Yeah.
anything. But yes, something like a fish market would be really cool. So that was a good first experience. And then after that, we ended up going to Shibuya, and I believe our first full day there was like our longest day. That we did so much stuff this
Yeah.
day. But according to one of our buddies, we walked 25,000 steps, which is ridiculous. I wonder how much 25,000 steps is. Like I need to like to apply that to something. So I don't know, but it was a lot of walking. We did so much walking. So it was good. I don't even know. I was talking to Ben. I was like, I don't even know if we gained or lost weight on the trip because of how much walking we did. Um,
I should have weighed myself before.
yeah, that would have been cool. So yeah, we go to Shibuya. It was our first time in Shibuya. We go to the crossing. I think we checked out a pachinko parlor first. Then what did we do after? What was the first thing we did in Shibuya? I know we went to a Krispy Kreme in Shibuya. It was very cool getting to see what's different there. Um, I don't even know. What were
What
some of the
is
first things we did? We went to
what
some.
that one like Hot Topic-esque store?
Yes, that's right. That was the first kind of anime store we went to. It was kind of like it was very similar. Yeah, like that's a good way to describe it. A Hot Topic store, and that's where if you guys watched my Japan haul video, I got that JoJo like World Tour book, which I think was really cool. What else did you get anything from there, Ben? I think did you get some manga or anything?
I got some Blue Lock manga.
Yeah. So we got some
And I
manga.
got the JJK
We
volume.
picked up stuff like that. That's yeah, that's right. We did do that. Um, After that, we explored. I think Brandon bought a cap. We just looked around at the tiny little alleys throughout Shibuya because there's so many like just random stores there.
Yeah.
I think we looked at a few clothing things, and then after that, we went to the Shibuya Center Mall. I think, or I don't know exactly what the mall was called, but we went to that one in Shibuya. And so, what?
So I don't. There's no way this is right. There's no way this is right. I wait. It's for. Hold on. Wait. Nope, it's still the same.
Interesting.
I looked up a steps to miles calculator, and it said at my height, 25,000 steps is 11 miles. I don't think that's right.
I think so.
11 miles?
That's
That is
not.
far.
If you think about it, like so the Shibuya thing was like, or the Shinjuku walk was like a mile, and it was like 25 minutes. So, I mean, that's like what? How many hours is that? Would it be like 5.5 hours of walking? That's not that. I mean, that sounds like a lot. Like that sounds like what we did. You don't
Mhm.
think so?
at 11.
We did the
It's in
whole
the hot.
market, then we did all of Shibuya at the mall. Then after that, we
Mm.
went to a vintage clothing district. So we did that too. We walked from there to the district, and then from the district, we walked a lot in that district. Then we went back to our
I mean, it's
Airbnb.
probably right.
We went from our Airbnb back to Shibuya, and then after Shibuya, then we walked all the way to round one, or
Was that?
to
Yeah. No, I
and
hated
then
that day, dude. Round one killed me.
so I kind of just skimmed through a lot of what we did, but yeah. So after we were in Shibuya for a little bit, we decided to go to a clothing vintage shopping district to just look at clothes, thrift a bit. We got to see some cool things. I don't think really we bought anything. I think that's where you buy your watch. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think we just bought some other knickknacks, things like that, some bracelets, some necklaces, random cool stuff. But that was really cool because I feel like we didn't really see any foreigners. I mean, we saw a couple at the thrift market, but that really did feel like kind of like a different side of Japan that we hadn't seen at that point, and that was really fun. It was very hot, dude. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we did all that, and then we go to the thrift market. We got to meet this very cool guy who he was Japanese, but he
Yeah.
spoke English. So he was very
Mm.
kind. I felt bad we didn't buy anything at a shop, but oh my gosh, it was so
It's
expensive.
expensive.
It was very expensive. So the clothes were very expensive. So we gotta talk to someone. That was very cool. Then after that, we go back to Shibuya. Go back to Shibuya, and we
Mhm.
end up. This is when we have Shibuya Crossing. So we got to go up to the observatory building and get to see the Shibuya from above with the Shibuya sky, which was very cool. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even talk about what we did at the mall earlier. That we at the mall we went to, like Ben said, the Nintendo store, the Pokemon Center, and then we didn't even talk about the coolest part, Ben. We sat down for a little bit to have a snack at the esports mobile gaming cafe. They were just live streaming on Twitch Valorant, a
Yeah.
Valorant comp match. It was like 100 Thieves versus someone, which I thought was so funny. So that was very cool, getting to be at a cafe like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. So that was cool, just something small. But yeah, so we do Shibuya Sky. We get an awesome view of Shibuya at night with the sunset. It was so beautiful.
Mhm.
It was so beautiful. You'll get to see it in my vlog. I mean, the view is absolutely stunning. It's incredible. It was so surreal. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, just look up Shibuya Sky. You can see so many pictures and videos. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's really
It was so
crazy.
awesome. We got to meet some foreigner who's really nice. We got to take some pictures for them. I don't know if you remember that guy. That was fun. So we did that. That was a good time. And then what did we do after that? After that, oh yes, so that was when we decided to go to round one for the night. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, but before that we were gonna go have dinner. So it was a long train. It was like a 30-40 minute train ride, right? It was long.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that place was so
Oh,
good.
yeah. So we took like a 30 to 40 minute train ride to this like other part of Tokyo. That was kind of like across the water, which was very cool. We had an awesome view. We got to see the mini Statue of Liberty that's in Japan, and then so that was very cool getting to see that. And then we go to this awesome little dinner inside of a small mall that was pretty much closed except for this restaurant. It was right next to a Red Lobster, so we got to see a Red Lobster in Japan, which was very fun. Um,
Oh, Denny's
but
too.
so yeah, this restaurant was very cool because it's a like hibachi. I don't know what you call them. Not a hibachi style
It was a
place.
hot pot
A
restaurant.
hot pot. That's the correct term. Yes, hot pot. So what you do is obviously they give you raw meat and you just cook it on a hot pot and then yeah, you get to eat it. It was very cool and it's all you can eat, which was awesome. I think that was the first like real Japanese meal we had. Um, I think together all
Yeah.
of us. So
Hmm.
it was great. It was really good. It was excellent. I enjoyed it a lot. It was yummy. It was a good first Japanese experience meal. The rice was good. We had some spring rolls and some dumplings. So it was very awesome. It was very fun. It felt very not empty, but very I don't know. The atmosphere was very good for just us.
I think it's just because it was late.
Yeah, it was very late. It was like 8 or 9
Oh,
p.m. at that
dude.
point, and
Just
so
thinking about that, it like makes me exhausted.
I was so exhausted. I was literally thinking that at that point after dinner, I was like, guys, what if we just call it early and go back to the
I
hotel?
was
I
ready.
was I was ready
I
to
said
call
that.
it, but no, these guys, our other buddies, wanted to go to round one, which I think they're here in the U.S., but it's very different in Japan. So it's kind of like a main event, Dave and Buster's, except It has a lot more physical activity sports that you can do as well, like batting cages, basketball, soccer, pickleball, badminton, all tennis, all that stuff. And I will give it credit where credit is due. It was a very fun time. We had unlimited access to all the games, as well as very cool physical activity sports that they let you do. And what was very cool about this place is that they let you go to the rooftop of the building where they have a tennis, like a pickleball court, and a soccer court, or I guess soccer field, or soccer pitch. I guess I don't know what you call it, soccer
The
field.
pitch,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a soccer field, and it's all on the rooftop of this building, so you get an amazing view overlooking the city. This is the point where I felt very Call of the Night vibes because the place we were at wasn't like a tourist spot. This was like Japan. This was Tokyo, like just I guess the outside of it.
Hmm.
Where just normal, like just normal kids would go and hang out with their buddies, like away from the big touristy areas. So at
Yeah.
night it was so beautiful, so peaceful and quiet. It was very, very, I just felt very at peace. And I mean, just looking over the rooftop and seeing like the empty streets with like the lights, it was so Call of the Night, dude. It felt so Call of the Night. But it was awesome. It was so beautiful. We got to see the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty from the top of that roof. Man, dude, just thinking back just puts a smile on my face, man.
Hmm.
It was such an amazing experience. But then hell breaks loose that night because we thought we were going to miss our train because we thought we wouldn't make it on time to get on the trains, and that's when we would have been like an hour walk away. It was far. I think a little more
I
than
think
an
it would
hour.
no, it would have if
Yeah.
we it would have been I think it would have been impossible to get off that little island.
Yeah, so it was rough. It was looking rough, not gonna lie. But somehow, like again, this goes back to us having Lady Luck on our side or someone up there looking out for us because we somehow managed to get back to our Airbnb on the trains. When I kid you not, they
Yeah.
were they were they were literally we literally were on the last train. The JoJo ending theme, last train home. This was that. It was insane. We
Mhm.
we literally scraped by with the skin of our teeth. Like, I don't know what the saying is. Um, Getting back to our Airbnb, it was crazy.
I would have
But we
been
did
so
it.
upset.
We got back, and I'm not gonna lie. I think this was the point on the trip that I was like a little agitated the most. That was probably the most agitated on the trip, because I was like, if we freaking miss this train, I'm going to like just
I
ooh.
said so many times
Mm-hmm.
because we were talking about it. I was like, yeah, I think the train stopped at like
Midnight.
it was midnight,
Yeah.
and then we ended up getting home at like 1 a.m. somehow. I don't know how we made it there, but I was gonna be so upset.
Yeah. Yeah, that would not have been fun. But luckily, we got home safely and okay. We didn't miss anything, so that was good. Um, so yeah, we get home and then we go to bed immediately. I think these first
Mhm.
2 days we really tired ourselves out, and I think this was when we were still getting used to like we were still on that like high of like being in Japan and like guys, we got to
Yeah.
just do everything every second of the day. So we were exhausted when we got back to the Airbnb. We were
Yeah.
so dead. We would literally just clock out as soon as we got back to there. As soon as we touched our bed, we would just fall asleep. That's how it
Mhm.
was those first 2 nights. But luckily, the third night things start to get more tame. We start to kind of realize that we're just we're in Japan. Let's enjoy it, but still be reasonable about our health and
Yeah.
safety. So um, the third day was probably my favorite day. Bless you,
Thank you.
because what did we do? What did we do before Tokyo Dome? I don't remember the morning of
Um,
this day. Let me see. I need to look at pictures. Help.
the earlier earlier in the day, we went to Ginza.
Yes, this was the Ginza day. Yeah, this honestly probably was the best day. I'm not gonna lie. One of the best days. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
The Shibuya was a great day as well. These 2 days were awesome.
I
Tokyo
really
was
like this
awesome.
day.
I do too.
Akihabara was awesome, but
Oh, I
we
forgot
started off
about
at Ginza, I
Akihabara.
think, and that's kind of like
Yeah.
it's the wealthiest district in Tokyo. So
Hmm.
whenever we get
Very
there,
bougie.
there's Gucci stores, Louis Vuitton. What other brands are there?
Yeah, like
Um,
Dior, just stuff like
Dior,
that.
Versace,
The
all those kinds of things. Those are just like
Yeah. Oh, we
all on
saw
the
a
streets.
off-white store. That was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, things like that. So it definitely this place definitely felt the most American,
yeah,
because it was like some bougie like New York, California district where they have just a bunch of the most posh, um, high end quality things that, I mean, just that
Yeah.
you slap a brand name on it and then it costs like $1,000
Yeah.
type place. But yeah, we went to the Ginza district. It was awesome. We got to go to Uniqlo, which I talked a little bit about in my Japan haul video, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's very similar to H&M. It gives off H&M vibes,
Yeah.
but just the Japan version, and it's 12 stories of just clothing, a bunch of stuff. They have activewear for men. They have just regular T-shirts. They have suits. They have things for women. They have pajamas. I don't know if they had, just things like that. Just underwear,
With
clothing,
everything.
everything, socks, everything. Everything you can
I
ask
think
for clothing.
I do regret not getting more clothes from
I
there.
do too. I only bought a shirt, so I definitely should have bought more. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah, I saw that they have an online store, so who knows? But
The
yeah,
same.
exactly. Yeah, it's not the same. It takes the magic's not there. So yeah, but it was awesome. It was very cool exploring that place. Our buddy went all out and bought like 10 shirts, so that was cool. But it was a great experience. Then we went to the Nissan Cafe. So
Yeah,
Ben was a fan
I
of
was
that.
so disappointed in that because
What?
no, the cafe was nice, but
Hmm.
whenever I had put that on things I wanted to do, there were a bunch of really cool cars in there.
Hmm.
Um, and when we went, there was like I don't even know what that was. There's like
Yeah.
a minivan or something.
It was like some SUV that was like operated as like a, I don't know, a radio tower or something. It
Yeah, I
was
don't
very
know what that
odd.
was.
Um, but yeah,
It was very disappointing.
it was
But the
still
cafe
cool.
was nice. The coffee was
Hmm.
good. The whole point of that cafe is like they will print a car or picture of your choice
Yeah.
onto your coffee or onto the foam of the coffee.
Hmm.
And so that was cool.
Yeah. It was very fun. But
Yeah.
after that, we ended up going to a very famous mall there in Japan. I forgot what the mall is called, but it has these space kitties. It was very
It was
cute.
Ginza 6.
Ginza 6, yes. So it's a mall, and at the top of the top story of the mall is a giant bookstore, and this is where Ben and I ended up buying some manga and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some other books as well, but in terms of manga, I think I bought. Oh, I think the only thing I bought was the JoJo magazine. That's right. Yeah, I bought the JoJo
Yeah.
magazine. I showed that off in my Japan haul. That was honestly my favorite thing I bought from this 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 trip. I think that was the coolest purchase, Ben. I think I showed you a tiny little Snapchat clip of it, but it
Yeah.
is genuinely the coolest thing. It is literally just a magazine with only JoJo stuff. It has art, it has interviews, it had some stuff from his older manga inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
It had stuff about the video games. It had real life inspiration clothing designs based off of characters. So like they had one of Rohan, of Koichi, of just other characters where you can just buy real outfits that they have nothing to do. They're not JoJo branded, but it looks like you were dressing like the character, which I thought was so cool and just so unique. So it's very cool. And then it had just some more artwork, things like that, some inside stuff about JoJo Lands because that was the volume it's representing. So it was very cool. So that was my favorite thing I bought on the trip. I really regret not buying a pen as a gift for my father just because they were so awesome and but they were like $300. I don't know. There were some that were like $100, but those were just kind of like yeah.
There's
So
some damn yeah,
yeah,
but that whole place was kind of weird because there were pens. There were also samurai swords that
yeah,
you could buy, but
yeah.
they were like
It was odd. I
thousands
definitely think
in
it
the
was probably
tens of
more of a
thousands.
yeah. Definitely think it was probably more of a tourist trap spot. Maybe some jacked up prices. I don't know, but
No,
regardless,
those are definitely reasonable prices, but it's just um really you can just buy that.
yeah,
I don't know. But
it
yeah, no,
is
that was
odd.
cool. I like the kind of museum part of that,
Yeah,
especially with the swords. That was
I
really
do
cool.
too. It was very sick. Did you buy anything there? I also bought a Naruto art book for my buddy
Yeah.
as well. I really kind of wanted to open it, but I'm not going to open it yet because it's his. But I saw they had a sample one out of all the artwork, and I'm like, this is so cool. So, um, yeah,
I bought a few gifts there.
yeah.
Then I bought some pins for myself. I would try to get pins
Oh,
of
nice.
places that I go.
That's cool.
I got a few Japan-esque pins.
Yeah, that's nice.
Um,
I got some shot glasses as well for myself. I collect shot glasses from mostly
Hmm.
states because I don't travel the country much, but I have some from Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, and now Japan and
Yeah.
Hawaii actually because they
Oh,
bought my
nice.
family bought me 3 shot glasses from Hawaii, so I was like, oh, perfect. So yeah, I trying to get into shot glass collecting, but um, so yeah, that was a very fun little hobby that or a fun time there at the mall. After that, I think did we go back to our Airbnb for a bit? I think we did. Yeah, we went back to our Airbnb after that, and then after this was when the real fun night started. We ended up going to the Tokyo Dome game. We got to see the Tokyo Giants. Our buddy's a big baseball MLB fan, and so it was his wish because we couldn't do Universal Japan to go see the Tokyo Giants game. And I'm not gonna lie, Ben, it was very fun. It was very
It
fun.
was.
It was very unique and something that at first I was kind of like, I don't really care if we do this, but I'm really glad we did. It was very cool. Uh, Getting to our seats was kind of rough, but after that, it was fun. The whole game.
Oh my gosh,
We
yeah.
gotta see the I guess the playful banter of Japanese high school kids because me and Ben were sitting not next to each other. We were sitting in between our other friend, and we see these two Japanese like schoolboys in front of us, and they were just kind of like having fun, joking around with each other. And then someone said something, and then the other one just like slaps him like this right in the head, and like they both start giggling, and I was just like, oh my god, is this how
It
people
was like
like?
hard
It was
too.
hard, yeah. I mean, it had some definitely had some recoil, man, and some the sound traveled. So it was funny, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's joking around. So I just thought that was funny. But yeah, otherwise it was we only stayed for like the first 3 or 4 innings. We didn't honestly stay too long, if that. Um,
It was
just
two,
yeah, we stayed for like
two
two
innings.
innings. Just because we just kind of wanted to say we were there and just see. But we
Yeah.
actually did. We saw a home run, believe it or
Yeah, that
not.
was awesome.
So it was very cool. The whole atmosphere was very fun. The the different cultural aspects of it all, the food that they served there was very different than at a baseball game here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Obviously, the chanting, the cheers and all of that was very different. It was a very cool experience. It was definitely fun. I'm excited to put those clips in my vlog for y'all to see. That was cool. But then after that, we went on to the coolest event of the night, the coolest event of the entire trip, I'd argue. Well, first off, I guess before that, we went to a little dog cat little cafe thing. Not a cafe. It was just like a little pet shop um, of dogs and cats. It was very cute. It was very fun. We got to see this cute little Boston Terrier that looked just like Iggy from JoJo's, um, as well as some other cute little animals. That was fun. That was cute. That was a little sidetrack because after that we went to Nakano, which honestly wish we kind of explored more. I feel like there was a lot more we could have done there, but
Hmm.
given the amount of time that we had, we were limited. So we go to Nakano, and ladies and gentlemen, we went. We went to it. We came, we saw, we conquered. We went to the JoJo bar,
Oh
and
yes.
I mean, I think it was the best part of the trip. Obviously biased,
Yeah, that's not a
but
hot take.
Ben, I want you to give what was your reaction? How were you feeling? What was it like being there?
It's just this whole trip I have seen everything like on social media and it's so weird seeing in person, especially the
Yes,
JoJo bar because
yes.
I didn't think it was that
It was
small.
very small. I when I say it was like it's my room is probably bigger than it, or no, my room's probably like about the same size as it. Um, it was small. I mean, there's literally I think there was like 5 or 6 like bar stools, and then besides that, there's like 3 booths. That's it. So it was
Yeah.
very limited spacing, but I think that just kind of added to it. It is filled everywhere you look in any direction, up or down. There is JoJo merch. There's JoJo
Yeah.
memorabilia. It is decked out in JoJo attire in JoJo merchant themed, and it was awesome. I mean, we got seated. Luckily, I didn't know you needed a reservation. They told me they were like, "Do y'all have a reservation?" And I was like, "What?" I had nothing I had ever heard about this place said you needed a reservation. So I was
Yeah.
so terrified that we were gonna miss it. But luckily, again, the higher power looking out for us, we got a table, and they were like, "All right, you guys got lucky. We got one table, and it was the only table left." We sit down.
It was the one thing I thought was weird was that the waitress, I guess that's what
Yeah.
we used to call her.
Mhm.
She just spoke like fluent English.
Yes, she did speak
And
fluent English. She seemed like she was new too, newer. But yeah,
yeah.
apparently it is just one man who runs the bar. But it seems like he had 2 helpers at least. It was some other girl who was fluent in Japanese, or she spoke Japanese primarily, but could barely speak English, speak a bit of English. And then this other girl who I don't even think she wasn't even Japanese. She was like I don't know, European maybe. She wasn't American, I don't think. I think she had an
Yeah.
accent. But I don't know. But so yeah, she was there helping out. We should have talked to her more. Um, but she helped us out. She was very kind, cool. She said that we were allowed to take videos of everything except the menu and the menu, which was fine. So I ordered us a round of shots first to start off the night. It was the Sex Pistols. It was very cool. Um, it was awesome. It was so fun. It was such a good experience. We got a little buzzed. We got a little tipsy. We drank quite a bit. I want to say I don't that not crazy amount, but it was a good amount.
That's a pretty good
It was a
amount.
pretty good amount. We did some damage, but it was so awesome. Just sitting there, they had JoJo episodes playing from Part Five. It was the Metallica versus Doppio fight, which is honestly again one of my favorite fights in JoJo's. So I was like, this is perfect that it's on. And then to end the night, they actually had a whole playlist playing of just JoJo song references. So they had like Ticket to Ride. They had some Beatles playing. It was such an awesome atmosphere. We got to meet the bartender after the main bar owner. He was so cool. I wish I would have gone to the restroom just to see the restroom theme because I didn't
The
check it
restroom? You
out.
didn't go to the restroom?
No,
The restroom was cool.
yeah.
It's like
So
Gujarati.
yeah, but it was awesome. I mean, our whole table was sick. The art on the wall, everything was just so cool, man. It was so much fun. But yeah, it was a great time. I loved it so much, Ben. Um, it was fun. It was
It's
great. We had some good drinks. We got a laugh. It was fun for our other buddy too. Who our other buddy was not there, and he even had a great time. And he's never even heard of JoJo's. he
yeah.
so it was. Everyone had
It's
an
just the
awesome
environment
time.
was really cool
Yeah.
and unique.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And the drinks were all good. We got to try so many different drinks. I had one that was called like Weather Report. We had ACDC. There was a Iggy one, the Fool. There were just so many. We just tried so many drinks. The Rohan Kashibe. I think you got the Josuke one first.
Yeah,
Ryan
I
got the
didn't like that
Poochie.
one.
Really? Oh, yeah. I forgot what the first one I got was. I got D4C. So yeah, we it
Yeah.
was it was just so cool looking at it. Literally, when I say the bar menu was just drinks and it said original cocktail, so you had no idea what you were ordering. It was a shot in the dark, but that's what just made it so fun. That we got a new drink every time.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was an awesome experience. But after that, a little buzzed and tipsy, we make our way down to a McDonald's. So I think that's what we did, right? Yeah, we go to a McDonald's. So that was our first. Oh no, we did karaoke. That's right. We did karaoke.
We made it McDonald's after
We
karaoke.
did McDonald's after karaoke. So we did karaoke. We had a very hard time with karaoke just because it was very confusing, even when it wasn't English. So we listened to like the same
Yeah.
three songs, I think the whole time. We sang a German song. I don't really remember all of it, I'm going to be honest, but
You
it
have a
was
video of
fun. It
that
was
somewhere. I don't
good.
know what that was.
Yeah. And then after that, we went to McDonald's in Japan. We got to try some McDonald's Japanese food. It was good. Some Japanese McDonald's. It was fun. So after that, that was a fun experience getting to try
They
some
have like
weird.
teriyaki burgers.
Yeah, yeah. I
Do they
think
have normal burgers or no?
I think they did. Yeah.
Oh.
Um, I wonder. I didn't try any of the burgers though. I wonder if they tasted different. So I think I got a chicken burger.
Maybe.
The chicken burger was really good. Do they have that at McDonald's? Normal McDonald's, like a chicken burger?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe?
Um, I don't know.
McChicken?
McChicken. Yeah, yeah, that sounds right. So yeah, that was the next day. I'm gonna try and speed it along here because we're pretty far into this already. Um, so yeah, we head back to our Airbnb. What's the next day? The next day is Akihabara Day. I think this
Yeah.
day. Did we
I
wake
don't know
up?
what we did before though.
I do not
This is
remember at all.
this is where my schedule
Mm.
went into the air.
Oh yes, that's right. We went to the shrine first. The iconic shrine in Tokyo. I'll have a picture of it. I don't remember what it's called, but do you remember, Ben, what this place is called?
Oh,
That's what we did
the
first.
right.
It's an iconic shrine in Tokyo. It's one of probably the most iconic ones. And I was actually very upset, Ben. I don't know if I sent you the image, but this image right here actually is almost replicated on the NBA account. The
Oh yeah.
finals trophy was just there in Japan, and I'm very upset that we
Yeah.
missed it. That's very cool, and that would have been amazing because I love the NBA. So that would have been amazing just seeing that in Japan for some reason. So yeah, we went to that iconic shrine. It was a nice little market. They had a lot of just small little knickknacks, souvenirs, things like that. And then we visited the shrine. It was very beautiful. We were very respectful. We threw some money into the shrine, which was nice. We got some charms. We got to take a picture with a little funny can, fuzzy little stuffed
Yeah, what the?
stuffed can thing. That was cool. So that was fun. That was a fun little spot that we went to. I think we did that first, and then after that, I believe we went to Akihabara. Yeah, we went to Akihabara, and that's when we had not ramen. I don't know what it was, but it was really good. I have a picture of it, but it probably won't come out good on the screen.
Well, actually, no, we got knives after that.
That's right. Y'all got knives. I didn't get any knives here.
No, you didn't get a
Um,
knife yet. Yeah, we
that's right.
went to Kapabashi Street and we were there for like an hour and a half looking at knives to get. So I got a
Yes.
knife.
Mm-hmm. So
And a
yeah.
few other people got knives.
Yep. And then all of our other buddies got a knife. I was the only one who did not get a knife there. I was having some inner conflict about whether or not I should buy the knife, and I said no. But I eventually bought one folded later on in Kyoto. So yeah, but that so they bought their knives. They were very cool knives. They're very awesome, very very cool, very sick knives. And then after that, we went to Akihabara, which is, if you guys do not
Hmm.
know what that is the anime district of Japan. That is the where tourists go for anime, where everybody goes for all things anime and weeb and gaming, otaku culture. That's the spot. So we went there. We had an awesome meal. It wasn't ramen. It was very similar to ramen, just not really soupy. I guess that's how I describe it. I don't know
Yeah.
what exactly it is called, but it was very fantastic. I had like the seafood version, and there's some octopus, some squid in it. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then after that, we just explored. We spent the whole night exploring just Akihabara and all the fun, wacky stuff we did. We checked out some manga stores, some figure stores. Um, I think this is where Ben bought his sick Gojo and Satoru, or his
Oh
Gojo
yeah.
and Geto figures.
There's
Um,
a let me find the panel while you're talking.
yeah, so he found some cool figures there. I also showed off my Sasuke statue that I had. I forgot, it's called a Susanoo, right? That's what his thing is called. The Susanoo.
Yeah.
I totally blanked. I sounded like such a fake Naruto fan, bro. It was so embarrassing. I was trying to talk about it, and I was like, "Yeah, he's got this little mask thing on his face. It's like a spirit." And I'm like, "Dude, I know what it's called. I couldn't think of it. It's called a Susanoo. Yeah, it's a Susanoo." But he had that on his head.
Who said that? Who were you talking to about that?
It was just when I was doing the Japan haul video. I was like
Oh,
trying to say, I love Naruto, and then I literally had just said that I love Naruto, and then it's like I show it off, and I'm like, I couldn't even call it, know what his thing was called.
it's
Hmm. But yeah, so
it's
I got a six Sasuke figure there. That's the one.
please focus. I don't know how well you can see that.
Oh, that's actually not okay. I like. Oh, that's focused.
Yeah,
Perfect.
this was in one of the volumes, I think.
Oh, I thought it was just like a sick like. That's sick. So
No.
it's an actual manga panel.
Yeah.
That is so cool. God, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That is really sick.
This
Yeah.
is when my camera's out of focus. This is when they broke up at the KFC or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I
Ah,
got you.
one second.
It's okay. So yeah, that happened, and yeah, we got some figures. They tried to convince me to buy a power figure, which I did not get.
Dude, you should have bought it.
I don't think I should have. So,
We saw that same I saw that same figure in Osaka and it
mhm.
was not that bad.
Oh really? Was another Beno
Like
Saga?
out of the box.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But so yeah, we saw those
Put them on.
figures. We saw some cool figures. Then we went to a manga store. We went to the 18 plus section accidentally. Um, that was an experience. But yeah, anyways, so that was cool. After that, we just explored, went to some more tech stores. I saw this cool thing because I forgot what the studio is, but um, oh, what's the studio that made Persona, Ben? Do you have any idea or no?
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, we went to that studio, their headquarters there in Akihabara, and at the very bottom of it, they had a whole showcase of some Persona 5 characters. They had Morgana and then they had
Oh yeah.
Arsene. It was so sick. They had like life-size models. It was so awesome. It was very cool. I got to see those. I got to take some pictures of those because I love Persona 5. It's the only JRPG game I've ever played, but it was fun. So yeah, that was fun, unique experience. And then after that, we just went to some more tech stores. Our buddy bought an iPod for some reason. That was random. Um, and then yeah, we just kind of explored it more. I saw some cool vinyls, some vinyl records, things like that. That was fun. Some guitars, a guitar shop, things like that was
Mhm.
cool. But then after that, is this the night we went for sushi? No, that was in Osaka, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, after that, I think we just called it early. I want to say.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I remember one of the nights we were home by like 9 or 10, I think.
Yes, I think this was the night we just kind of got home early. Yeah, this was the night we just kind of got home early and we called it early because the next day was going to be a travel day to Osaka. So,
Mhm.
yeah, after that, the next day we traveled to Osaka. We got to take a bullet train to Osaka. It was awesome getting to ride a bullet train for the first time ever. The ride was smooth, went very smoothly. And I got to say, Ben, I sat next to a very beautiful Japanese woman who I wish I could have talked to more. She was very sweet, but so that was fun. But after that, we got to Osaka. We kind of took it easy that day. We went to Dotonbori, which was a lot of fun. It was, I think Dotonbori was probably my favorite area that we visited. It was really
Mhm.
cool. It was really something,
It
Ben.
was.
It was very, very unique, very, very fun to be around. Um, I had a great time there. I had a great time. The atmosphere was great. The food looked good. And then we went to go eat at a like just a simple street venue stand. We got to sit down at some bar stools and just we had some good meats. I think, or you had some good meat. I had
I had
an
an oyster.
oyster. Or I had a no, it wasn't an oyster. What did I have? It was a scallop. Scallop is what I had. So that was
I
fun.
noticed that I feel like the portion sizes there are a lot smaller.
Oh, they definitely are. Yeah.
Because that one that we went to in Downtonbury, like it was good, don't get me wrong, but I
Hmm.
just was not
Hmm.
I didn't feel
Oh,
satisfied. Or
you mean compared to Tokyo? I thought you were just saying into the
no, just
U.S.
compared to here.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I think the size portion difference is very different. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I think says a lot. But yeah, regardless, it was really good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
good because it kind of helped us try more things and eat more stuff, um, which was cool. But after that, we decided to just explore Osaka a bit more, Dotonbori, and then we went to Don Quixote, where Ben
Oh
ended
yeah.
up buying a suitcase, $80 suitcase,
I
and just
spent like $240 there, I think.
wow.
It's not bad
Yeah,
for everything that I got.
yeah. To be honest, it could have been much worse. But yeah, Ben got a lot of cool knickknack souvenirs. It's basically, I think I'd call it like a Walmart. It seemed like a Walmart, but just like stacked on top of each other. A
Yeah,
vertical Walmart with lots of floors. I think it was like 3 or 4 floors, 3 floors, I believe, of just random knickknacks and goodies and clothes and just electronics, food. It was like a grocery store, but just stacked vertically. It was very cool. Um, they got a lot of fun stuff. I only got like apple juice, I think, and some
that's
candy.
blows my mind.
Yeah, so I didn't buy much, but yeah, it was fun. I got to listen to some amazing drunk musicians outside. It was so awesome. These three guys were just drinking and or they sounded drunk and they were just playing a harmonica and then playing guitar and just singing and having a good old time. It was very fun. I took a video of them. I'll probably have it in the blog. It was very good. It sounded like a good song. So that was fun. Then after that, we called it. That was our first day in Osaka. We go back to our Airbnb next day. And by the way, our Airbnb here was very cool. This one,
It was
compared to our
awesome.
first one, was like a hotel. This one was like a full-on house, and each of us had our own room. Basically, I shared a room with one of our buddies, but yeah, each of us pretty much had our own room. It was 2 floors. It was very cool. It was very very sick. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a fun house. It was a fun experience getting to stay there with y'all.
These stairs were very slippery and
Oh,
steep,
that's right. Ben
so I ended up
slipped.
falling down the stairs one day.
Yeah, and then he almost slipped another time, I believe. Right. So
What?
I thought you had fallen a second time or like something like that. You
No, I always just tripped on the last step.
oh
That's when I was walking up.
okay. So yeah, he tripped. But this one was a very cool area as well. This one was more central to everything that we had, but it was in a fun area. So our first day we go explore, um, and we were right by a pachinko parlor, which we'll get to later on in our eventful story. But so yeah, after that we spend our next full day in Osaka. We go to Osaka Castle, which was very fun. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you kind of just go to Osaka Castle, look at it for like a second, and then leave." But I thought it was really cool. We spent a decent amount of time there actually. So I mean, I had a good time. We got some good pictures for the gram, and then we had some great food. We had ramen. Our first time having ramen in Japan.
Oh,
We
it's
gotta
fucking
eat
awesome.
ramen while watching a minor league baseball game, or not a minor league baseball
Hmm.
game. Just some like
Little League.
elementary little league schools, some little leaguers playing baseball. It was very cool with the view of Osaka Castle in the background. It was very aesthetic,
Yeah.
and that was fun. That was a very good time. I feel like that took up most of our day, to be honest. I forgot we did
I think
after that.
we
I don't even remember. Oh, okay, yeah. After Osaka Castle, we kind of go back to the Airbnb. We chill out for a bit. We went to the pachinko parlor, and that's where we ended up trying pachinko for the first time. Ben, what were your thoughts on pachinko? Did you enjoy that or?
I think it's, dare I say, stupid.
I
I
mean,
just do not understand it at
yeah,
all.
I didn't really understand it. I felt like I was literally just putting money into a machine, and then lights were
It would
happening, and
help.
then
I think even if there wasn't a language barrier,
I
I
agree.
think
I think it was a lot. There was a lot going on all at once. Um,
I need like detailed instructions on what I'm doing.
Yeah, for real. So it was a lot going on, but I ended up winning $50 USD, which was cool. So
You did?
yeah, I ended up winning
Yeah.
some money. So me and our other buddy ended up playing and winning some moolah, which was fun. So that was cool. But then after that was the coolest dinner experience I think we had in Osaka, courtesy of Ben-san. We ended up going to a awesome sushi restaurant where we had our own personal chef serving us a 15-course meal of sushi, soup, dessert, um, ginger. it was it was awesome. It was very
It
cool. Um, yeah, it was really cool, Ben. I'm not gonna lie.
was
Ben
awesome.
really tip my hat to Ben. He did an awesome job planning that, setting that up. And as someone who doesn't really like sushi, I enjoyed it. I will say though, I think the wasabi really did kill a lot of it for me, Ben. I was definitely putting a face
Really?
on for it. I just the wasabi I feel like ruined it for me. It's not even because it was spicy. It's just the flavor. The flavor wasn't really good for me. I feel like it kind of ruined the
I
flavor for
liked
me.
it. I think it paired well with the fish,
Ah,
in my
I don't know.
opinion.
But because I feel like I wasn't even really tasting the difference in fish
Hmm.
with whenever I had that wasabi because it would just kind of like overtake everything. But regardless, I ate it. I tried it all, and it was amazing. It was fun. It was
Yeah,
good.
no, it was really good.
So that was
I really
cool.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I'm excited to put that in the vlog as well. So that was fun. And then the next day, what did we do the next day? We went to this was another long walking day. We visited two shrines. This was our Kyoto day. We went to
Hmm.
Kyoto. We visited a shrine in the morning. I don't know what the names of these shrines are. I'm not going to even bother trying to name them. It was very
It
beautiful.
was the first we went to is Kiyomizu Dead, I think.
Yes, what Ben said, and it was very beautiful. You start off by walking past this very this a cemetery, the traditional Japanese cemetery, which was very beautiful. It was a very beautiful cemetery, which was a very nice resting place. I'd have to say it was very interesting to see how cemeteries are done in Japan compared to the U.S., where we kind of spread out our cemetery a lot more, and this one is very claustrophobic in the sense that like every tomb is literally right like this close to each other, compared to in the
Yeah,
U.S. where
I
it's a
think the
lot
way they
more
do it
spread out.
over there is by family. So there's a
A section. It's like sectioned.
no, each one is a family.
Oh,
Yeah, I think.
interesting.
Think.
Yeah, we don't know, so don't take what we say with a grain of salt. Um, but yeah, it's yeah. So it was very beautiful, and then after that we get to the shrine itself. It was also very beautiful. It was so cool just getting to see these old traditional buildings and how they've
Hmm.
still been kept intact. I mean, I'm sure obviously been renovated and things like that, but regardless, they were still very beautiful, and it was just a great experience getting to be there with y'all. Um, it was fun. It was very fun to look at. I think our buddy really enjoyed the Osaka Castle a lot, so it was good. I mean, just seeing these shrines and stuff like that, these big pillars, are very awesome. So after that, we went to go to another little market area similar to Nakano, the Nakano district. This is where I ended up buying my own knife, and I think we had an awesome meal here. We had some steak for lunch with some rice and
Hmm.
some soup. It was so good. And then after that, we went on our long walk up the Tora gates. Is that what they're called, or what kind of gates are they called? I forgot what the gates are called, but regardless,
Forgot the gates are called.
it's the very famous shrine in Kyoto. It's my wallpaper, so you can go ahead and see it. It's these shrines,
The
these
Fushimi
guys.
and Ari
Yes, the
shrines.
Fushimi Inari shrines. Thank you. Yeah, it's those. So it's those
That's pretty loud.
shrines.
That's probably my favorite part of the whole trip.
Really?
I think that was such a cool experience.
That was very cool. You did get some good pictures there too. So it was fun. We walked the whole thing, top to bottom. and it was good. I'm excited to show that off in the vlog as well because I mean I can't really just do it justice with my words, but it was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. Um, so that was probably up there for one of my favorite things as well. And then after that, I think we were just all so exhausted that we just called it and went back to the Airbnb. But yeah, not before we had Chinese food. We tried Chinese
Oh, that was
food
awesome.
in Japan, so that was awesome. Um, yeah, that was a great time. So we got to try that, which was fun. And then also we got to stop at that little dessert cafe where we picked up these like knitted things. These things.
Did you like
I
those?
did. It was really good. I wish I was more
Okay,
hungry because I didn't finish mine, but it was awesome. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
that
Um,
was really good.
yeah, I know our buddy Ryan didn't really like them that much, but I liked them a
I
lot.
did both of those.
Yeah, so they were good. Then after that, the next day was our final full day in Japan. We ended up going to. We started off the morning. Oh, I just saw literally. What did we do? Oh yeah, we ended up going to another district that you talked about that was similar to Akihabara, um, in the sense that it's just like a lot of. Or did I recommend it? I might have recommended it. I forgot who recommended it.
I forget.
Regardless, we went there to the area. It's kind of like Akihabara. It was kind of like more of like a a tech savvy place with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
more anime, manga, and video games. We went to a store that was kind of like a Best Buy. It was very cool. It was like 5 stories of just of each floor having different things. One floor had just video games. The other one had like music and movies. The other one had like vinyl records and like Bluetooth like speakers, just speakers and like
Yeah.
headphones, things like that. It was a very very cool store, and we ended up. I bought my Switch case there. I got a new case for my Switch because I desperately needed one. And then what else
That was
did
a
we?
nice
I
case.
That's where I regret I didn't buy the Bochi the Rock vinyl record.
Oh my god.
Because what's cool, Ben, is that they recorded a full album for that, and the way it works is they call themselves Kesco Band or whatever the band's called because it's what
Mhm.
they go by. But it's actually just one girl who does all the singing for it. So every time
Mhm.
in the anime, like the opening is that girl, so that's Kesco Band,
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
like whenever they actually sing in the anime and those songs, they're actually real songs, and it's just this one girl
Oh, what?
who does all the songs. So I found that out
That's
and I was like,
awesome,
that's so
actually.
sick. So it is just one girl, and she always starts off by singing by saying like the drummer's line by saying what does she say? She's like, "We are Kisuko Band. We hope you'll give us a listen." Or she always says that, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." So yeah, so she really gets into it. But every time, if you ever watch the Bochi the Rock, that's what we're talking about. And whenever you hear them doing a song in the anime, that's her. So she does all the vocals for it. So I just thought that
I
was
didn't
really
know. That's
cool.
actually really cool.
Yeah, so it's not the actual voice anime characters singing. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. I should have bought the record, but I didn't. I was honestly I would have been very upset if I bought it and then it broke on the way back. So I don't know. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
just order one because I think it's just really cool. So yeah, we went there. That was fun. Then we went to what's the store called? It's like that just big manga store. I forgot what the actual name is called, but we went to there. Animate? Was it Animate?
Anime?
I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
was Animate. So that's where we bought some manga and just things like that. What?
I in that story, I picked up some more Blue Lock, and
That's
then
right.
for one of our friends here, I got him Sakamoto Days, and he was asking about Kagurabachi, and
Oh,
so
that's right.
I kind of wanted it too, and so I whipped out my Google Translate. I'm like, I pulled up a picture of the first volume cover, and then I typed in Google Translate like, where can I find this? And so I memorized the words, and I went up to a guy, and I just said, hey, where do I find this? And I showed him the Kagurabachi, and all he did was like,
Oh, that's
and
sad.
so I just knew that
They didn't have
they
it.
were out. Apparently,
Oh,
like you can't get that anywhere because they print. There's like, what is it? People are buying faster than they can print it.
it's that popular.
Apparently,
It's just getting its third volume. I heard. So,
yeah.
um, that's is it really that? Is it because of the
I
meme
thought
or
the
is it?
popularity was a meme.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's really good.
that's insane. Wow. That's impressive, man. I mean, I guess it is too. Technically, it's just the first volume. Like the first few volumes are only out, so it's not like there's much out yet, like other animes and manga, or other mangas. I mean, so that's fair, but just dang, that's ridiculous to be selling out that much. Cause yeah, we didn't see
I know.
Kagurabachi anywhere. Um, yeah, that's crazy, man. To be fair, I
Yeah.
searched high and low for domestic girlfriend for my buddy, my cousin, and
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. I mean, to be fair, I didn't go up and ask anyone because I don't think I'd ever do that. But yeah, that was funny. That would have been a funny gag gift. Um, but yeah, so then we went there. That was fun. After that, what did we do? We went to the park, the deer park, um,
Yeah.
which was very cool. Getting to see all those deer and get so close to all of them. That was beautiful. It was a fun time going there. Then after
You're
that, we went to a
stinky.
cat cafe. We went to a cat cafe, which was a lot of fun. That was a cool experience getting to go to a Japanese
Mm-hmm.
cat cafe. It wasn't really a cafe though. I mean, you couldn't really buy coffee. They just had a vending machine.
Like a petting zoo where
Yeah,
they had a vending machine.
exactly. So it wasn't really a cafe, to be honest. But hey, it was still really cool. Getting to see some cute little cats. Our buddy followed them on Instagram, so he's keeping up to date with all the
Oh,
cats.
really?
Yes. So
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, so we did that, and then after that, our final thing that we did was Team Labs in Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
Um, gosh, it was fun. It was a good time. It was very beautiful. Um, yeah, that was a fun activity. But I mean, yeah, that was it. And then
Thanks.
it was great. I can't really describe it in words. I'm sure whenever we have our vlog come out, you'll get to see how beautiful it was. But yeah, it was awesome. So that'll come out soon enough. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a great time. So that was the last thing. That was our last big activity in Japan. Then the next
Yeah,
day,
and then
woke up.
we stressed about getting to the airport the next day.
Yep, yep. We woke up. We got to the bullet train. Everything went smoothly. Luckily, we got on the bullet train, made it to the airports. We found out where we needed to go. Not after missing the wrong station one time, going to the wrong station.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucked. But so yeah. But then after that, we ended up going home. That was it. We got to Tokyo. Then we flew home. We landed in San Francisco. We went to Houston. Then we drove back that night, and
Yeah.
it was a long, long day. But yeah, anyways, guys, that was our Japan trip. I mean, that was it. Ben, before we go, I think that this was. I don't think it's an understatement to say this was the greatest trip of my life.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What were your like top three favorite things that you did?
Dude, Joseph, the whole thing was like a top three. There's nothing that I didn't
Yeah, I know.
enjoy.
It's like picking your children, right? It's like
It is.
yeah,
I
it
loved
was.
everything we did.
Uh, yeah, it was excellent. So I heavily enjoyed it. It was great. Every experience was awesome. I think just getting to be there was just incredible. I mean, I definitely want to go back. Ben and I have said that we want to go back. I don't know if we're gonna go back together or just like who knows. I'd like to go back together, but
Solo trip.
yeah, solo trip. Yeah, I survived 24 hours in Japan. But no, it was a great time. It was awesome. There's still so much I want to do. Like I said, I want to go to Okinawa. I want to explore more of Shinjuku, Shibuya, especially those two
Yeah.
spots because I feel like we barely scratched the surface of those two. We could have spent a whole week in Tokyo alone. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're definitely gonna go back eventually. I don't know if not anytime soon, but because I do want to go other places as well. But
Start saving up already.
yeah, yeah. So because yeah. So it was a great time. I mean, there's not much else to say. It was incredible, and we just want to say thank you all so much for inspiring us to do this. Um, because I mean, yeah, that's the whole reason we started this channel in the first place was to go to Japan and vlog about it.
Joseph wanted to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But
They'll never let you forget about that.
what a dumb, stupid idea. I don't know why I thought about that. But yeah, it was a great time, and I'm sure we're going to mention it for the rest of our time on the podcast. But yeah, it's awesome. This is a turning point in the podcast now. We are no longer an anime
Definitely is.
podcast only. I've
We had
said
Miss
it
McKay
before.
on here in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yep. So if you guys want to hear us talk about anything else besides anime, let us know. Because I'm sure there's some interesting stuff. Ben, but just no Destiny. Um, so yeah. I guess without further ado, Ben, you want to wrap us up? This is episode 88. We're almost to 100, Ben. 12 more episodes.
That's crazy. That is. What are we doing for our 100th episode?
I don't know. We have to. No, maybe we'll buy. We got to do it in person. We'll have a glass of wine in the middle, and then we'll just like I don't know. We'll celebrate.
We should have done an episode at the JoJo bar.
That would have been crazy. That would have been sick. We should have done an episode at the Airbnb. We should have done it.
Yeah, we should have done. Why did we do that? What?
I don't know. That would have been funny though. But so yeah, we could have had it with all the guys come in like certain segments as guests. So yeah. That would be fun. We'll think of something. Maybe we'll do just another in-person episode and like, I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a like the best moments of each podcast. I'm not gonna go through that. That's not true. I'm not doing that. I don't know.
That is a lot of content to come through.
It is. But it's crazy. So yeah. Who knows? That's gonna be a long time from now, probably. So,
Yeah.
Who knows? 12 weeks is a lot. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's all I got for you. Ben, you want to take us out of here? I've been watching highlights of a Rockets game from 2016. That's what I've been doing. So.
Why in 20? What happened in 2016?
We were in the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. So, anyways, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this awesome podcast. Oh, I just got a thing for the new Blue Lock Season 1 recap trailer. When does that movie come out, Ben?
Next week.
Next week? Oh, shoot. Maybe I'll go watch it. That'll be fun. But...
I already bought my tickets.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Otaku Brothers podcast. I'm your co-host, Joseph, joined by my wonderful co-host, Ben. We like anime. We went to Japan. It's whatever. And now we're here for a good time, not a long time. I don't know if we're gonna have an episode next week, to be honest. So, anyways, thank you guys so much. We'll see you all in the next episode eventually, sometime. Arrivederci.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.